Hello everyone, Minute Plus Meditation here. Friday, July the 14th is the feast of Saint Camillus de Lellis. Is a patron saint of nurses and of the sick. We continue with the book of Genesis. This is imagine just being present to watch this family reunion. It would have just been a total, absolute, complete tearjerker. But more than that, a real manifestation of God's love and an opportunity for faith. Because it doesn't always work out like this, right? But it did in this case, and it's a model or an example for us. It's something here for us to learn. So God speaks to Jacob and says, I am the God of your father. Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt, for I will make you a great nation there. I will also bring you up again, and Joseph's own hand will close your eyes. Now remember, this is all for God's purpose, because although it is for great good right now, for some mysterious reason, this will turn very bad for the Jewish people. They will be in slavery for 400 years. And only then will it be time for them to be brought out by Moses to the promised land. Now, why these things happen? No, we can speculate till the cows come home, but ultimately only God knows. But for now, this is how God saves his people. This is how God saves his people. And so Joseph and his father meet. Joseph presented himself to him, fell on his neck, and wept on his neck a good while. You can imagine a good while, a long time. And Israel said to Joseph, I can die now, having seen for myself that you are still alive. And perhaps he lived quite a while after this, but we all know that it doesn't work out as wonderful as it does, but even preceding it working out so wonderful, there was so much pain involved, right? So much pain, the brothers turning on Joseph. Joseph was a bit of a spoiled brat. Showing off the colors and so on, speaking imprudently to his elders. All that's in the mix. Israel, showing, sort of spoiling basically his youngest, and in effect, maybe feeding the jealousy of his older brothers, his other children. So there's all sorts of things going on here. Then, them selling him to the Ishmaelites, pretending that he's dead, the pain that causes their father, the guilt that it causes them. This goes on for years. Joseph being thrown in prison. You can't see the forest for the trees. It's only in hindsight do you see these things being worked out, right? So it's a model for us of when we're going through our difficult times, to keep faith like Joseph did. Joseph kept faith. He could have given in to despair, discouragement, despondency. He didn't. He kept faith. And although it may not work out for you and me in this world, it will always work out for us in the world to come. And that's something that we need to remember all the time. Okay, so over to the gospel. Jesus said to his disciples, see, I am sending you out like sheep in the midst of wolves. So be wise as serpent and innocent as doves. Beware of them, for they will hand you over to councils and flog you in their synagogues, and you will be dragged before governors and kings because of me, as a testimony to them and the Gentiles. So you see, Jesus is not, as the old song goes, promising them a rose garden. Jesus is promising them to be with them. But he's saying you're basically going to be captured, you're going to be beaten, you're going to be flogged, you're going to suffer for my name. He doesn't hide this from them. And you and I need to really kind of dive into this and be there, in the Gospels when Jesus is teaching them this. What did they think? And maybe I should think about getting out of here. Jesus is, he's telling them head on. He's not giving them the full picture, mind you. He's not saying you'll be crucified, you'll be flayed alive, you'll be speared in the back. I think that's the way Thomas died. He had a spear thrust through his back while he was in prayer. These men died horrible, violent deaths. For what? For preaching the good news, for preaching Jesus Christ. Because we're not just battling against flesh and blood here, right? We're battling against principalities and powers, demons, who want to see us destroyed and damned forever, who incite people without faith and even people with faith to violently react against those who are preaching Christ and Him crucified. So we need to remember this. Jesus doesn't say, I'll prevent all this from happening to you. I'll take care of you. You won't be scourged. You won't have any problems. No. That's why you and I need to be men and women of faith. We need to persevere. We need to be need to see things supernaturally, have supernatural outlook, and trust that our Lord will always be with us. If not, if He will not save us from the sufferings, He will save us through them. That's a really important thing for us to remember. God bless you.